Hi, I'm Don Stark, your host for Scuba Visions TV. Our goal for each episode is to bring you interesting and useful dive-related videos. This week's show is a shark show. Didn't start out that way. It was going to be a simple tour of a new dive site, but it became a shark show. I think you'll enjoy this. The site is called Devil's Horns. It's on West Caicos in the Turks and Caicos Islands, and it was a very interesting and exciting dive. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, and by the way, we didn't do anything to draw the sharks in. They did that all themselves. Enjoy.
The dive started out as most dives on West Caicos. Head to the wall, look at the beautiful coral and sponge formations, and swim along the edge of the wall. We spotted the first shark very early in the dive, and I was able to swim with her, about a 5 to 6 foot Caribbean Reef Shark, for quite a while, slightly above and behind her. Eventually she started coming up the wall, and I was able to get a little closer shot before she got a little spooked and headed out and away from us. A few minutes later, a shark approaches us. I assume it's the same shark coming toward us just to check us out again before it swims away. The shark circles around and comes back toward us, but off into the deep blue. And I think this is a pretty cool dive. We've had a lot of good shark encounters already, and it's only 10-15 minutes into the dive. So I start looking around at other things and spotted a lionfish stalking some blue chromis. Lionfish, as you probably know, have become a major problem throughout the Caribbean. Very beautiful fish, but potentially very destructive to the Caribbean reef since there are no natural predators. So after seeing the lionfish, I head back to the wall and wow, there's another shark. So I assume it's the same shark again, which it probably is because it's another female shark about 5 to 6 feet long. Since the shark's down about 100 feet and I'm swimming at 80 feet, I stay above it for a ways. Not too long after that, the shark comes back toward us and I get a nice close approach shot as it swims by against the deep blue. My dive buddies are up in the shallows, and one swims by and heads out towards me, and I get a nice close approach shot as it circles back around and heads back down the wall, past my dive buddies again. The sharks seem to have circled back and headed back towards us, and I'm getting a nice close shot, but then I notice, and actually I didn't notice it until I was in the editing suite, way down below is another shark. You can just barely make it out here. So, not noticing that second shark, I go back to looking at the other fish, these yellow goatfish and some sponges on the reef. Josh and Mark, my dive buddies, were up ahead slightly, heading towards a big sand chute, when all of a sudden, as they get there, here comes a shark swimming up towards them. And as I'm watching this shark swim by, I notice off to the right, over the sand, is a second shark. So now I'm thinking this is pretty cool. Here's two sharks swimming together, and I'm getting some decent shots of both of them. And then this one decides to come and check me out and heads right towards the camera before veering off about 5 feet away from me and heading off into the blue. But as this first female heads off over the reef top, I look back and there's a second shark following right behind in single file, and I look back a little further and there's a third shark in the train going across the top of the reef. So now we've got 3 sharks swimming around. I did see a fourth shark right after that, and it was down deeper, so I couldn't get a good shot of it. So all in all, we had 4 sharks swimming with us on this dive, and they spent probably a good half of the dive with us before we headed back to the boat, not seeing any more of them.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that dive, and I hope you'll come back and dive with us again soon. You can send your comments and suggestions to me at don@scubavisions.com or visit us at www.scubavisions.com. I hope to see you again soon. Until then, get wet and have fun.